Hey guys, it's your girl Fab, your girl FABFOLA. um, you know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and please put on your notifications so you can get my videos when I upload them. Just feeling some new ways out, you know, just getting used to everything. Like today, I just want to kind of mellow it out. Like I want to talk about, like, I was talking to my bestie as usual, you know me, and we're just talking about like relationships like we always do. And I just hope to get on here as soon as possible because our conversations are like tea and heat and everything. And it just hits all the points. And I just cannot wait to include her and do this so that we could just talk in a natural flow kind of way. Like we would on the phone or like we would in person when we get together. So, you know, you can like kind of like chime in. Maybe on a live or something in the future. Like we'll be working on that. Try to figure out if you want to do it here or how we will organize that. But in short, we'll definitely get that together. So, because it's, trust me, it's a good look. You want to be a part of that. And I've just been like trying to tap in to what people need more and looking at like my feedback that I'm getting and just trying to put myself out there more too, just so people know, because the way I'm perceived is like kind of like all put together sometimes and introverted. I've gotten many different interesting feedback comments, that some of which I just expect because I get them all the time, and in others where I don't get it so much because quite frankly I'm clueless when it comes to knowing how people really perceive me, because I feel like because I present strong sometimes people don't want to open up to me. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm just encouraging being able to do that more and being able to be more conversational with everybody, because I'm human too, you know. I'm a grown woman, I'm a mother, you know, I'm a child of two parents, and you know, I have my flaws, and I'm just ready to just put myself out there in a different way now, on another level now, so that I can make people comfortable with me and who want to be comfortable with me. If those that don't, I mean, if they don't want to sign up for it, that's cool, but for those that are game, I'm here. So like talking recently, we talk pretty much like every day. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, just talking about like how we got on the subject of like just things we're embarrassed by. I don't know how I got to that point, but I don't know. It's hard for me to be embarrassed. And I say that because, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I trip and fall, then I'm obviously going to be embarrassed. Like, especially if it's somebody there that I admire. I'm going to be embarrassed, obviously, if I trip over my own, if I trip up the steps or something. But I'm talking about, like, just generally, like, the reason why is because I've always created, like, I guess you can call it a defense mechanism. I don't know. We create defense mechanisms so we can protect ourselves. So I've always created one in the sense that I M&M the situation. And by that I mean, because people that are watching might be younger than my generation or older than my generation. I have no idea yet. It's still early. So I M&M the situation. Sorry. I M&M the situation. Like I put it out there, because there's nothing that I've been through that other people have not been through. As a woman, as an adult, you know, as a mother, I mean, there's very little new under the sun. Like if I've been through it, then somebody's been through it or a variation of it. So what's the sense in feeling really deep shame about it? It's not new. So with that sense, like I wanted to talk about something that's something that would be in a vulnerable spot for me, something like along the lines of like things that embarrass me. And so that's when we got to the part of the conversation where I talked about like what getting played by a guy taught me. Like like getting played, you know, like a guy doing you dirty, you know, a guy doing you dirty, a guy like dismissing you, rejecting you, disrespecting you. Unfortunately, it happens, still happens, unfortunately. So like I now flipped it on his head, because I do that. That's what I do. I make lemonade out of lemons, you know, at least that's what my friends say. So I wanted to talk about what getting played actually taught me, you know, like flip it on its head. Eminem the situation, what getting played by a guy taught me about myself, taught me about life, taught me about relationships, taught me about how to endure, taught me about how to be resilient, taught me about how to be strong. What it taught me. So I now started to expound on that with my girl, you know. And one of the first things I realized about what getting played taught me is that, number one, I played myself. I played myself. I know, like, it's tough pill to swallow, but I like to smack myself in the face. Let me smack myself in the face before somebody else gets a chance to do it. So, Eminem the situation, once again. I played myself. So, it's like, I saw all the signs. I saw the male fragility, the toxic masculinity, the using things to not have to look at the reality that I observed in whoever I was dealing with. And I know these weren't good signs, especially with me getting to a certain level of involvement. We're all at different levels, but I knew better, and I still participated. I still played along, and I wrote it off. I saw the signs. We all see the signs. Sometimes they come in a whisper, but then eventually it builds up and it comes in a bang. And the unfortunate part is, this time around, I definitely saw the signs and I still just played along. At the end of the day, it's okay. I turned out okay, but there's a lot of things I could have definitely avoided, being a grown woman and understanding, what toxicity looks like, understanding that I don't have to engage or participate in it, and that it's not for me. Like, it's not even what I want. Knowing that and just sitting in it and dealing with it and writing it off is just like having fun in the moment, and that's not enough. Maybe at a time period in my life in the past that was enough, but it gets to the point where it's not enough. Like, if you're looking for something that's realer and solid and that's true, you want to operate in reality, and you want to operate in truth, and you want to operate in the sense that you see certain signs and you deal with them, you confront them, you put them in front of you, no matter how much it's going to hurt, no matter how much it's going to feel uncomfortable. You are determined to stare it in the face and transmute the hell out of that, whatever it is, to transform it into something that is dope for you in the current situation. And you and that other person will have that commonality. So and in a sense, what I was doing was, it's like, how they say in those ads in the New York, in the subway, like, you see something, say something. It was like, I see it, but whatever. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, you can do it for so long, but at a point it's gonna blow up in your face. And what I would do is I would just like write it off. I would see it, but I would just like for example, like when your computer wants to update or your phone wants to update, and you just keep on remind me tomorrow. You click remind me tomorrow. I mean, if you have a MacBook or whatever computer you use, it always says remind you tomorrow. That's literally what I was doing when I didn't want to see something. Like, I see something, but I didn't want to say something. I was clicking the remind me tomorrow button, like such a level of denial, like, and looking back, you know, I can laugh now, but because it wasn't a painful ending that I could not handle because of the experiences that I had in the past. But to be honest, I could have avoided it altogether if I really wanted to, you know. That was definitely part of it too. So it's like, you see something, you say something, you know, don't ignore it like I did. Also, like I knew better and I still stuck around, you know, and I made it about it being fun in the moment, but, you know, I knew I was better than what I was involving myself in. This is not to denounce anybody. We all operate at different levels and in different seasons all the time around the clock. We're constantly evolving, constantly breaking down and building up. Like, this is just what we're here on earth to do. So at the end of the day, I knew it was better than what I was involving myself. I knew that I was already operating at a different level that was more experienced and, dare I say, more evolved than the people that I was surrounding myself with. It was to the point where I was in certain rooms and I had to actually opt out. I would tell the person that I'm dealing with that, you know, when you deal with them, I don't want to be around. And for me to get to the level where I'm saying that, then it's like I subconsciously know that I don't need to be in these circles, but I'm still kind of like, you know, tiptoeing around. Because it's not that bad yet, right? It's not that bad. It hasn't blown up in my face yet. So let me just suggest that when he's around them, I won't be around. Maybe that will buffer the situation or prolong this, because I want to see where it's going to go. Even though I see all the signs that are telling me it's not going to go anywhere great. And that I'm above this, you know, and like I said, not in an arrogant way, because I'm human too. And I cry too. And I'm not perfect. But just in the sense that I'm better than this because I see the signs and I played myself and I upfronted all this about myself. So at this point in time, I need to do the bigger thing of stepping out of this, retracting my offer, and really only dealing exclusively with people and types and situations that I want to, being very intentional, being really exclusive, and being selective, and having no problems with that being selective. And if somebody has something to say about it, they can go talk in the mirror, because that is not my problem, you know. And that's where some of us need to get to the point where we just, you know, that we're better than a certain situation, a repeated situation or a repeated pattern. You know, that's just some things that getting played taught me, you know. And getting played, more than anything, taught me that it's okay to say you got played. Like, is it the end of the world? You know? Is, you know, getting played or playing yourself the end of the world? Is owning that so, you know, bad? I mean, only if you have an ego problem, it would be hard to admit that you got played or you played yourself. But, so what? Like, I played myself, and guess what? I cleaned myself up. I created my solo time. I recharged myself. I rejuvenated myself in every way, shape, or form that I could think of. And so I'm standing by myself, but I'm happy. I'm contented. I'm good. I'm healthy. And I'm always a work in progress, but I'm definitely way beyond what I thought I would be at this time, since that time. So I say this to say, it's okay to own playing yourself. Do not sleep on being that honest with yourself. Don't run from the mirror anymore. Don't run from, you know, having these conversations. Don't run from expressing yourself, because what you express, you never know who it can help and how it can help them, or what kind of perfect timing God has created for your message to come across to somebody who needs to hear your voice. You hear me? Not just hear your message, but hear your message and hear your voice. You know, there's messages, there's a lot of similar messages floating around, and You know, there's probably someone laying up right now that needs to hear your voice say that message. That's probably been repeated 1 trillion times in time. But it didn't come through your voice because you're meant to say it. And you're meant to reach these certain people so that they can be liberated and they can be freed and they can make themselves healthy again, and your voice can be a tool in making them whole again. You just never know. That's all I'm trying to say. So if nobody heard it till now, which I doubt, but whatever, this is why you need to be honest about what getting played taught you, because I did it for myself. I've now shared it with you guys, and I know that some way, somehow, it's going to help somebody. So with that said, I'm going to go now, but I just want to encourage you, if you didn't do it before, do it now. Subscribe to my channel. Help me grow this channel so I can reach people so they can hear my voice, and help me by liking, subscribing, commenting if you have commentary or feedback for me. And, you know, we'll just keep this conversation going. So thanks for listening in on me, and I'll talk to you in the next video.